the Chief Justice after the public prosecutor made a determination. Secondly, we will be addressing the issue of the Department of National Planning and Monitoring being subsumed into the National Monitoring and Coordination Authority. So to begin with, we will address the issue of the Ombudsman Commission, further referral of the Chief Justice. This will be to my right, flanked by Senior Statesman Honourable Kerenga Kua, the member for Sinisina Yongumo. And to my left, we have the Deputy Opposition Leader, the Honourable Kerenga Kua, will start with the Ombudsman Commission referral of the Chief Justice.
Leader, and good afternoon, everyone. The issues touching on the Ombudsman Commission and the Chief Justice is unprecedented in its nature. It's the first time the Office of the Chief Justice has been implicated in the way it has been with his initial referral to the public prosecutor back in March of this year. At the time, the Parliament was sitting, and we in the opposition noticed the referral of the Chief Justice by the Ombudsman Commission to the public prosecutor. However, we refrained during the parliamentary sitting in March from asking the Attorney General for some explanation as to what is going on, because of two main reasons. Number one, we respected the independence of the Office of the Ombudsman Commission in its constitutional duties and functions, including the decision it took to refer the Chief Justice to the public prosecutor. And secondly, because we also respected the integrity of the judiciary. So we refrained in March during the parliamentary sittings from making any comments, even though I must emphasize it was already a very important public interest matter. We refrain from commenting, either asking questions or debating the issue on the floor of Parliament, or even holding press conferences when it first arose in March. However, recently the public prosecutor has announced her decision on the matter, a decision which I would describe as a merit-based decision, because she evaluated the evidence and in her professional judgment came to the conclusion she did, and elected to decline to refer the Chief Justice to the Leadership Tribunal. Consequent upon that, the Chief Justice, the Ombudsman Commission, then opted to use other procedures to maybe describe it as a second shot at the Chief Justice, to refer him to the National Executive Council to have the National Executive Council review the evidence that was rejected by the public prosecutor and hopefully make another decision to establish if there was merits in the evidence that was assembled and given to the NEC, then perhaps the NEC would hopefully make a decision to have another independent tribunal established to try the Chief Justice on those allegations. Now, what we want to make clear now is that those are constitutional processes. The Ombudsman Commission, who I've always complained about in the past for lack of action, has decided to take a number of actions recently, including the one against the Chief Justice at the moment. What differentiates the Office of the Chief Justice from every other leader is the fact that the judiciary plays a very, very important role in holding the democracy of this country together since 1975. And we credit our survival as a vibrant democratic nation to the functionality of the judiciary and the integrity that has been attached to the judiciary over those 50 plus years that we have been here as an independent nation. So when we see things like this, where the leader of the judiciary is being referred in a very public way for prosecution for alleged offenses, it does become a matter of concern to us, not because we disagree with the merits, but because it is going to affect the integrity of the institution, the judiciary. And we in this country, we depend to a large degree on the integrity of the judiciary to hold this country together. And that has been done, given us our survival and sustainability for 50 plus years now. We're grateful for that, for the role that the judiciary has played. So what we're seeing here and we're living through now is unprecedented before. And what can we say? There's limited we can say because these are constitutional processes. The Ombudsman Commission is an independent organization, and how it performs its duties and functions must not be the subject of too much public debate and commentary. So we're going to make some very limited comments about this, and many of my colleagues also will refrain from making so many comments, as we usually want to do on any other public interest issue. We're not going to do that in this space because of the need to make sure that we don't scandalize in the process of trying to debate it, scandalize the officers, the leaders, and the institutions they represent. All that we want to say at the moment is we recognize also that the procedure for dealing with a Chief Justice, according to the Constitution, according to the organic law on the duties and responsibilities of leadership, is treated as a separate type of leader. And the procedures as to how you deal with the Chief Justice in questions of allegation of misconduct and in office is processed through a separate procedure, as distinguished from normal leaders like ourselves, departmental heads, people who are defined as leaders under the Leadership Code. What we want to do is to ask the Ombudsman Commission to be wary of the procedures and to apply the correct procedures because the Chief Justice is like everyone else in one respect. We are all entitled to the protection of the law. The laws include procedural laws and substantive laws. So here, as to what the Ombudsman Commission chooses to do in terms of procedure, they must also realize that the Chief Justice, on the other side, has a right to fair treatment according to the properly established procedures. So, in this situation here, it's not entirely clear about what sort of procedures the Chief Ombudsman, the Ombudsman Commission can adopt when trying to refer a Chief Justice of this country for processing before a Leadership Tribunal. So that's why we are saying that it's incumbent upon the Ombudsman Commission to tread carefully, to make sure that they don't infringe upon the Chief Justice's rights, but to give him both procedural and substantive justice in the way they deal with him. And by doing that, they will maintain the public's trust and confidence in the processes and the actions and activities of the Ombudsman Commission, and at the same time that of the Chief Justice, and at the same time that of the judiciary. So it's a very delicate matter. We're not going to make too many comments about this. Safe to say that the people of this country are watching with concern these developments that have arisen between. And so we want to advise for some caution to be taken as to exactly how you deal with the Chief Justice in this matter, so that our belief, our faith in the judiciary and the work that it has been doing up to now is not shaken. We need to maintain that because the judiciary has been the pillar of justice and of holding all the elements of our democratic system together for a long, long time now. So we as leaders, for the time being, and citizens, we have a continuing obligation to make sure we help not only the Ombudsman Commission in its procedures, but also in protecting the integrity and the dignity of the judges, including the Chief Justice, and that of the judiciary at large. So that's all I can say. Now, as to how not the judiciary, not the Ombudsman Commission, but the government of the day handles questions of accountability and how all of this may have had an influence on the way this particular matter is tracking is a separate issue. And that we are free to comment, and we will. And our leaders, including our opposition leader and the deputy opposition leader here, are here, and they'll make whatever comment they feel is unnecessary. So that's the limited comment I will make. But this is a watching brief. This development is an important development in this country, and we maintain our observation status as this matter progresses. Thank you.